Hey, good morning, Facebook. Steve Sanson, president of Veterans in Politics and Nevada Veterans Association. Well, we had a very grueling, exciting, crazy election year, haven't we? And it's still going on. But the reason why I'm here today is because a lot of you received your mail-in ballots, and early voting starts October 19th to November 1st. The general election is on November 5th. So I want to make sure I get as many people as possible to recognize who we endorse, why we endorsed, so you could have a tool when you go to the voting booth. Now, we're not telling you who to vote for. We're just offering information about candidates. And you could see all these interviews on YouTube, LinkedIn, Truth Social, Instagram, TikTok, all these different social media avenues, but especially on our YouTube channel, Veterans in Politics. You could also go to our veteransinpolitics.org on our website. And, we are so involved in these endorsements. Veterans in Politics partnered with Nevada Veterans Association and Armed Forces Chamber. And this one has so many words, but I'm going to say Nevada Democratic Veterans Military Family Caucus. And I think we did an excellent job. We did 10 different days of endorsement interviews, and the interviews went between 5 hours to 11 hours. And we gave our time, we gave our energy. Many of us gave our funding so we could do these interviews. We ask nothing from candidates. Candidates do not pay to come on our endorsement interview panels. So when you hear people say, oh, they charge candidates, we don't. We charge no one. Sponsors help us pay for our endorsement process, not the candidates. And we interviewed over 150 candidates. Now, if a candidate tells you, hey, we didn't know anything about those endorsement interviews, they're just giving you false information. Because what we do is we contact candidates via email. We contact candidates via Facebook message. We even done 10 different event pages and invite the public to come watch. We have our event coordinator, Dr. Robert Madoff, who calls candidates. We do an email blast of contacting candidates. We also do announcement, and we put it on our website. So we have done so many different avenues to let candidates know about our endorsement process. Now, let me tell you something. Our endorsement process is transparent. We are the only groups that put our endorsement process live video on Facebook. Live video on Facebook. There is no backroom deals. There is no we go in an office and we talk to candidates and then we pick one. There is none of that. We put it live on Facebook. We have it live on our YouTube channel, and we invite the public to come watch. Come watch how these candidates do interviews. Come watch how they answer questions. Look at the way they dress. Look at their demeanor. And it's all on video, folks. And the candidates that don't show up are candidates that actually hide in something because maybe they just can't interview. Maybe they are scared of the questions, and nobody knows what the questions are until the time and day of the interview process. I don't even know the questions of my panel members. And these panel members are selected by myself, Mikey Kelly from the Nevada Veterans and Democratic Caucus, Andre Haynes from Armed Forces Chamber. We're the ones that put the panels together, and we try to do a fair process throughout because we want the best candidate. Now, before I continue, I want to thank every single candidate that participated in the Joint Veterans Endorsement process. Because it takes courage to do that. It takes courage to run. It takes courage to interview. And it takes a lot of courage to be on a live video, not knowing what the questions are, and ask and answer questions of panel members. Before I continue, and folks, I've been up since yesterday. I love what we do. I love this community. And the reason why is because we love this community. We love it. And that's why we do what we do. We want to educate the public on candidates running for elected seats. And we understand that Southern Nevada here in Clark County, Southern Nevada have a high transit rate. People always moving here like crazy. Look at what's going on. All the buildings and all these cones, and I'm starting to see LA traffic here. It's ridiculous, but people are moving here. Now, when we endorse, we don't look for a big name. We don't look for because you got a lot of money. We don't look for whatever your political party is. We don't look because you're incumbent. Now, let me tell you something. There is a lot of organizations out there that only endorse incumbents. We don't do that. We rubber stamp nobody. Because you're a veteran, it's an absolute plus. Thank you for your service. I'm a veteran myself, and we honor our veterans, but it is not a rubber stamp to be endorsed. Please do not think that we only endorse veterans, because that is not true. We endorsed a lot of folks from all different walks of life, all different political parties. We try to be as fair and as transparent as possible. We want to give you, the public, the best tool to go out and vote for candidates that we have endorsed, but we want you to know why. We want you to watch the interviews. We want you to critique these candidates, because at the end of the day, folks, we all want the same thing. We want our children educated. We want a roof over our head. We want low interest rates for our homes. We want less traffic. We want nice roads. We want money in our pockets. We want food on our table. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing. That's why we do this. We don't get paid to do this. Please do not think that we do. We're not political consultants. There is no win bonus. There is no pay. We don't get paid. We do this for love of community, love of state, love of country. And that's why we do this. But let me just tell you that there's a lot of people that are involved in these endorsement interviews. Let me just tell you about our moderators. These are not in any particular order at all, but we have conducted 10 days of endorsement interviews, from 5-hour days to 12-hour days. Our moderator, Lisa Guzman, Clark County School Board District A. Chelsea Fisher, Nye County School Board Trustee. Patricia Lee, Nevada Supreme Court Justice. Bob Coffin, former Las Vegas City Councilman. Susan Bacum, former Las Vegas Justice of the Peace. Patrick Bolin, Nevada State Regent, District Number 5. Ruben Da Silva, Nevada State Assembly District Number 28. These were the moderators that helped with our endorsement process, along with James Jonas, Auxiliary Director of Veterans in Politics. Our event coordinator, Dr. Robert Madoff. He's the person that calls up candidates that have not RSVP'd and say, hey, you need RSVP, the deadline is coming. So he spoke to a lot of candidates. Our panel members. Now, people think that I'm the one that endorsed candidates. That is so not true. The panel members endorse candidates. And after everything is over for that day, we go and they deliberate. I have no say on who we endorse. No say on who we endorse. I keep my mouth shut and I take votes. That's all I do. Why? Because I want to make it as fair as possible. Let me introduce you some of our panel members. James Jonas, Veterans in Politics Auxiliary Director. Andre Haynes, founder of Armed Forces Chamber PAC. Patsy Brown, President of Armed Forces Chamber PAC. Frank Friends, Veterans in Politics Court Observer. Joaquin Perry Edwards, Armed Forces Chamber PAC. Barbara Lucian, Veterans in Politics member. Mikey Kelly, Chair of Nevada Democratic Veterans. Martin Walker, member, Veterans in Politics. Matthew DeFalco, member, Nevada Democratic Veterans. Ryan Saunders, member, Nevada Democratic Veterans. Dr. Madeline Kelly, member, Nevada Democratic Veterans. Michael McDonald, member of Veterans in Politics. And please don't confuse this Michael McDonald with the Republican State Party Chairman, Michael McDonald. These individuals just ended up with the same name. Rocco Lacey, Armed Forces Chamber PAC. Len Connell, member of Veterans in Politics. Kenneth Wagner, member of Veterans in Politics. Gary White, member of Nevada Democratic Veterans. Timothy Treffinger, attorney, Veterans in Politics member. Yvonne Malone, Veterans in Politics member. Jeff Crampton, member, Veterans in Politics member. Mel Tiller, member of Nevada Democratic Veterans. Kelly Lynn Charles, member of Nevada Democratic Veterans. Donna Durden, member of Nevada Democratic Veterans. Tara Kellogg, member of Nevada Democratic Veterans. Rob Lauer, Veterans in Politics member. Kylie Tuckett, member, Veterans in Politics member. Tim Smith, member, Nevada Democratic Veterans. Now, folks, these are the individuals that decided on who we endorsed. These are the individuals. These individuals have come from several different political parties to make up this panel, to endorse candidates, ask these candidates tough questions. So you, the voting public, have a tool to go to the voting booth and choose the best person that's going to represent our community, our state, our country. That's why we do what we do. Let me continue. Now, we don't get paid, but we have to, provide food for our panel members. We have to provide all different things. We have to do our editing. When we put it on YouTube, we have a cameraman that's there, Marcus Jonas, who's done an excellent job with these. We have to do things cost money, unfortunately, but we take no money from the candidates. We don't get paid by the candidates. The candidates do not pay for an endorsement. Okay. That's why we have sponsors. Okay. Now, granted, some of these sponsors that you're going to hear were candidates, but they did not sponsor an interview that they actually sat on. They might have sponsored somebody else's interviews, but they never sponsored their own interview. This is how fair we try to make it. Let me tell you about our sponsors. Shelley Berkeley, candidate for Las Vegas mayor. Dr. Monica Larson, candidate for Henderson City Council Ward 2. Carrie Maxey, candidate for Clark County District Court Judge Family Division Department N. Stephanie Phillips, candidate for United States Senate. Ava Bravo, candidate for Las Vegas Justice of the Peace Department 2. Heather Fleming, attorney. Levi Schultz, U.S. Congress District 4 candidate. Christian Bishop, Nevada State Senate District 5 candidate. DB's Cajun Kitchen. We held one of our endorsement process there, a whole day of it. Excellent food. They're located on Rancho. They're one of our sponsors. Carl Catarata, Clark County School Board trustee candidate. The Foreign Exchange, another place we held our endorsement process on downtown in the art district. Excellent place. We held several days of endorsement interviews down there. Ron Quince, Congressional District 1 candidate. Richard Churchio, North Las Vegas City Councilman. Manzu Italian Oven and Bar. Another place we held our endorsement process. Excellent food there. They're located on Flamingo West Flamingo. Great food. They sponsored one of our endorsement process and we held it there in their venue. Anonymous donation on behalf of Jerry Willick and the Brown Law Office. Another place we held our endorsement interview. And a great lawyer, Philip Brown, great lawyer. We did our endorsement process there as well. So these are the people that help sponsor different endorsements. Remember, we had 10 days of endorsement process over the span of several weeks, from 5 to 11, 12-hour days. And that's how we did it, folks. People that came and did the Pledge of Allegiance, because we are pro-American, we're pro-flag, and we had Stephanie Phillips, U.S. Senate candidate, that did the Pledge of Allegiance. Robert Olson, Nevada State Assembly District 17 candidate. Melissa Spence, Nevada Assembly District 15 candidate. And we're pro-God. So we did the invocation. Pastor Philip Washington, George Shahadi. They did the invocation. So this is how we conduct our endorsement process. We do an invocation, we do the pledge, and then we start to go and introduce the panel members, the moderator, we tape everything, and we have candidates sit. And the way we do it, we call all candidates that is running in the same seats, whether, for example, let me tell you, let's say we have Congressional District 1 candidates. We'll call them all. It doesn't matter their race. It doesn't matter their religion. It doesn't matter their fame. It doesn't matter their wealth. And it sure as hell does not matter what political party that they're assigned to. We call them all at the same time so they can listen and hear and watch as the candidates that sit next to them, that they're running for the same seat, answer questions from the panel members. And it's not a debate, folks. We don't have candidates chastising each other and belittling each other. That is not allowed because the moderator will not allow it. Okay? And that's how we run it. The moderator is a referee. Now, our audio and video engineer is Mr. Marcus Jonas, and our door host at one time was Deanna Rybach. So these are the folks that help put our endorsement process together. And you got to understand that because people like to lie. They like to make up stories. And I'm telling you, they're lying and make up stories if they say that veterans and politics or any of the other veteran groups get paid to endorse a candidate. That is an outright lie. And I'm here to tell it to you. And you could ask any one of these panel members because we had in the 10 days that we've done endorsement, we had exactly probably about 28 different panel members, and they rotate from different days. Some you might see on different interviews. Some you probably only see one time, but that's just how we do it. But it's never, ever the same. It's always different. And we do that deliberately because we want a fair process. We're the only organizations in the state of Nevada that does this, folks. I just want you to know that. You don't see any other organizations that have their endorsement process live on Facebook. Not a one. And you got to ask yourself something. Why is that? In this technology world today, why are the other organizations that endorse, why don't they have video on Facebook? What are they hiding? You know what I mean? So you got to ask yourself that question. That's why we do this. That's why we make this so transparent. So you could have a great understanding of what's going on. And like I said, go to our YouTube channel, Veterans in Politics. Or you can even go to my YouTube channel, Steve Sanson, and you'll see these interviews on the YouTube channel. Listen to these candidates. And let me tell you about the candidates that we have endorsed. And we've put a lot of it out there. You could go to veteransinpolitics.org and you can see the list of our endorsed candidates. But let me tell you, while I have you right here, let me tell you, the federal partisan offices, let's start with them first. Represent for Congress, District Number 1, Ronald Quince. And Ronald is a nonpartisan candidate. We endorsed him for Congress District Number 1. Congress District Number 3, Drew Johnson. Drew Johnson is a Republican candidate. We have endorsed him for Congressional 3. Congressional District Number 4, we have endorsed Congressman Stephen Horsford, a Democrat. We have endorsed him. So just in the congressional races, 1, 3, and 4 districts, we went with a nonpartisan, we went with a Republican, and we went with a Democrat. Okay? So let me move on. For state partisan offices, State Senate District Number 1 is Michelle Crawford, a Democrat. State Assembly District Number 4, Lisa Cole, a Republican. State Assembly District Number 6, Walter Jones III, nonpartisan candidate. State Assembly District Number 11, Jeffrey Lustig, Republican. State Assembly District Number 34, we have Brandon Davis, a Republican. Now, you might ask yourself, there are 42 assembly seats. Why just these? Well, I can tell you, we had candidates that didn't make it out of the primary. That would cause this. And we also had candidates that just didn't show up. They didn't show up, or we had candidates that showed up, but we decided not to endorse that race. And that's also a choice that we make, to not endorse when candidates show up. Because a candidate show up, folks, that doesn't mean we're going to endorse them. Because a candidate show up and there's no one else with them, that doesn't mean we're going to endorse them. We are looking for the best candidate to represent you. That's what we look for. Let me move on. County partisan offices. Clark County Commission District Number B. Commissioner Marilyn Kirkpatrick, Democrat. Clark County Commission District Number C. Nevada Assemblywoman Shannon Bilbray Axelrod, a Democrat. Clark County District Number D. Commissioner William McCurdy, the second, a Democrat. So we have endorsed 3 Democrats for county commission. Imagine that. That's how it went. That's what the panel wanted. And that's how we endorsed. State district nonpartisan offices. We have District Court Judge, Family Division Department N, Carrie Maxey. We have District Court Judge, Department 14, Alan Lefevre. We have District Court Judge, Department 27, Terry Coffin. We have Regent State University District Number 1, Matthew Bowen. We have Regent State University District Number 4, Tanya Holmes Sutton. We have Member State Board of Education District 1, Trisha Braxton. We have Member State Board District Number 3, Renee Cantu. And let me tell you, folks, we also put these individuals so you could get a second look at them on the Veterans in Politics podcast. That's also on our YouTube channel. And we also do live interviews for Facebook. And if you scroll down my page, you probably will see their interviews right there. So we try to give you another look at these candidates so you could know why we endorse them in a more, in a setting that it was just the co-host and myself talking to the candidate for an hour. So you can have more of an understanding about these candidates. And it's good to have a clear understanding about candidates before you go to the voting booth. Let me move on. County nonpartisan offices. We have Trustee Clark County School District A, Carl Catarata. We have Trustee Clark County School District E, Camilla Bywaters. We have city offices. City of Las Vegas, Shelley Berkeley. City of Las Vegas, Council Ward Number 5, Nevada Assemblywoman Chandra Summers Armstrong. We have City of North Las Vegas, Council Member Ward Number 2, Robert Taylor. Here's our township nonpartisan offices. Justice of the Peace, Boulder Township, Christopher Tillman. Justice of the Peace, Las Vegas Township, Department 4, Susan Bockham. We have Justice of the Peace, Las Vegas Township, Department Number 5, Judge Cynthia Dustin Cruz. We have Justice of the Peace, Las Vegas Township, Department Number 8, Amy Fiera. We have Justice of the Peace, North Las Vegas Township, Department Number 2, Jonathan Cooper. Now, folks, these are the candidates that the Joint Veterans Endorsement have chosen to represent you, the voting public. Now, you could go with our endorsements or you could go with your own. But the thing about it, we're not telling you need to endorse these folks. We're just saying, hey, these are the folks the Joint Veterans have chosen, and we believe that these folks would best serve you, the voting public. Now, it's up to you to endorse, it's up to you to vote for them or not vote for them. We would hope that you would, because we put a lot of time into these candidates. We didn't just drive by a billboard and say, oh my God, I saw that billboard 7 times. I'm going to vote for that person. That's not how we do it. A lot of times we do background checks on these candidates. I'm talking about personal background checks to find out about these candidates. And a lot of us do it. I know I've done it several different times on different candidates. And that's what we need to do. We look into these candidates' background. We look at their voting record. We watch the way they sit on the bench, if they're humble, if they're compassionate, if they have empathy. We want a well-rounded individual to serve you. And especially these judges, folks. These judges impact your life immediately on a very, very, very personal level. It's up to you to make sure you vote for the right one. I mean, anything could happen to you that you end up in front of a judge. You could instantaneously lose your temper. Oh, now you got a battery charge and you end up in front of a judge. You could be at a red light and somebody dings you in the back. And now you're in front of a civil district judge, or a small claims judge. Anything could happen. Life, that's how life goes, man. Anything could happen to you. So don't think that you don't need to pay attention to these judges. But let me tell you something. 2 years from now, in 2026, every single district court seat is up for grabs. There are 58 district court seats in the 8th Judicial District in Clark County. All of them is up for grabs. All of them are up for grabs. Every single one of them. There are about 2 or 3 Supreme Court seats that are going to be up for grabs. There's 1 appellate seat or 2 appellates, I'm not sure right now, that's going to be up for grabs. There are Justice of the Peace seats that's going to be up for grabs. There are muni seats that are going to be up for grabs as well, because they combine the city's elections with the state and county election all together now. So those seats are going to be up for grabs at the same time. You really need to pay attention to these judges. And if I was you and you're really serious about your judges, go sit in their courtroom. Go court observe them. Watch them. Watch how they deal. Watch how they sit on that bench. Don't just pay attention to them because they showed up at your event or you saw them at a coffee shop. No, watch how they work. Watch how they work, folks. That's where you know. That's where like my friend Jim Jonas says, where the rubber meets the road. That's where you know if they're going to be a good judge or not. And judges should be very, very humble and have empathy and compassion, along with knowledge and experience, and know the law and could apply the law and not legislate from the bench. That's why we have state senators and assembly people to do that, not a judge. Okay? Pay attention to these judges, please. And then I have 3 candidates that I personally supported. And let me tell you who they are. Maybe you might like them too. Justice of the Peace candidate, Las Vegas Township, Department 2, Crystal Bradford. Very, very nice young lady. She knows her stuff. She was a prosecutor. She was a public defender. She knows her stuff. And it's about time we start bringing somebody like that on the bench. Henderson City Council, Ward 2, Dr. Monica Larson. Great individual, knows her stuff too. And I am telling you folks, there are a lot of corruption on the city council. When you are a mayor, okay, and you have your son and your husband working for Las Vegas Paving, and you give Las Vegas Paving all these contracts and you give nobody else these contracts? Come on, folks. Something is wrong with that. We need to clean up our city council. We need to clean that up. And let me tell you, Dr. Monica Larson will do it. And then another one of my endorsed candidates that I personally endorsed is State Assembly District Number 5 candidate, Mr. Kelly Quinn. Very good individual, law enforcement, correctional officer. He knows his stuff. He'll get stuff done. And the reason why I'm taking my time with these three, because these are president's choice, and that's me. So I personally endorse these three candidates. The other candidates that I mentioned, that was done by the panel. The panel endorsed them. Very good candidates as well. Please pay attention to them too. Now, let me talk to you about three other candidates that won their primary, but they'll be on your ballot. But they won their primary. So that means that they're on the ballot for the general election all by themselves. And City of Las Vegas Councilman, Ward 1, Las Vegas Councilman Brian Knudsen. Already won, but I just want to let you know we have endorsed them. City of Las Vegas Councilwoman, Ward number 3, Olivia Diaz. City of Las Vegas Municipal Court Judge, Department 5, Rebecca Wolfson. Now, like I said, I just wanted to let you guys know that we have endorsed these candidates. They have won their primary, so they have no opposition in the general election. They already win, but they're going to be on your ballot anyway. So just want to let you guys know that, and let you guys know that the panel also endorsed those candidates as well. Now, I just want you folks to pay attention to these races. These races are extremely important. It doesn't matter if you're up or you're down on the doggone ballot. Please pay attention, because these candidates will change your life in different ways, especially if you have a wrong one on the bench, or in council, or in the county commission, or up in Carson City, or in Washington, D.C. We need to pay attention to these candidates. We need as much tools as possible to make sure that when we go to the voting booth, we are voting for somebody that's going to best represent us. And again, I am not telling you who to who to vote for. I'm just saying, these are the folks that we endorse. We hope that you go ahead and vote for them. But you know what? If you want more information on these candidates, please go to veteransinpolitics.org, watch the video. Go to our YouTube channel, Veterans in Politics, or YouTube channel, Steve Sanson, and watch these candidates. Please, 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 please. I am begging you. Because you know what? I got kids here, okay? I got kids that live in Clark County, that live in Southern Nevada. I got grandkids that live in Clark County, that live in Southern Nevada. If you don't want to do it for yourself, man, do it for your kids, okay? Do it for your grandkids. And I got people here that I love, and I got people here that I cherish, and I don't want them to end up in a bad situation because we put somebody in office that does not deserve to be there. We really need to pay attention to these. If you love your neighbor, you love your friends, you love your family, please, please put the right person in office. It doesn't matter what political party you are. I have friends on different political parties, Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Independent Americans, Green Party. Man, we all living in here in Southern Nevada. We all live in Clark County. And like I said earlier, we all want the same things. We want money in our pocket. We want money in our bank account. We want a roof over our heads. We want food on our table. We want to be able to enjoy life. And we need to put people in office that's going to make that happen. We want our medical costs down. We want a lot of things. We have so much in common that that we don't have in common. You know what I mean? We have so much in common that we don't have in common. And I wish people would focus on the items that we do have in common and put the right people in office. I just want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And I'm just pleading with the voting public out there. Again, your mail-in ballots are coming in, and early voting at the booth at the election polls is from October 19th to November 1st, and the general election is on Tuesday, November 5th. Do the right thing, folks. Do the right thing. I love you guys. Please vote, and make sure when you vote, you know who you're voting for. And if you have any problems, you could call myself or any one of we got Mikey Kelly at 702-439-8158. We got Andre Haynes at 702-518-8847. And we got myself at 702-283-8088. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I'll be happy to tell you why we voted, how we voted. I'd be happy to direct you to any of our YouTube channels, any of our newsletters on veteransinpolitics.org. I'll be happy to do all those things. And there's one thing about me, folks. I do not mince words. I will tell you exactly how I feel about a candidate. And if that candidate was standing right next to you, I would tell you exactly how I feel about that candidate, whether it's positive or negative, because I don't care. So when you go to the voting booth, please vote for the right person, because I'm going to do that. Thank you so much for your time. This is Steve Sanson, president of Veterans in Politics International and president of Nevada Veterans Association. Please take the time to educate yourself on these candidates. Until 2026, I love you guys. Good day.